Welcome to the People Connect podcast. Your network is your net worth. Are you ready to take your life to the next level? Be prepared to leap out of your comfort zone and connect with the who's who of what you want to do. Stop, drop, and roll as we start, market, and grow the CEO of you and your host, Nichelle Womack. She will help you engage, reinvent, motivate, and reactivate your plans for success.
Everybody, how are you? Happy Tuesday evening, Testimony Tuesday, Transformation Tuesday, whatever you choose for it to be. Welcome. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend with me. Real quick here, let me get my other platform going here because I'm going to try to attempt to do a broadcast today. So I appreciate you all being here. I hope and pray that your 2018 is starting off amazing. Shared that with you earlier today when I was live, and wanted to come on today to deliver this message because I know that in speaking, am I unmuted? Okay, I'm unmuted. But in speaking with a lot of people, we're talking about manifestation. As I mentioned to you last year, around I think it was August or whatever, I told you everything is going to be talking about manifestation moving forward, and that we were going to be progressively working on the future in the now and in the present. So today I'm bringing this message to you live to talk to you about 10 things that you can do today, starting today. Yes, you have 363 more days left in 2018, and don't be fooled because it quickly will move past us and you're like, where did the time go? And so today I wanted to share with you 10 super-sized powerful things that you can start putting in place today and be prepared, ready, willing, and able to make things happen in this year of 2018. Everything starts in the mind, as I say all the time. If you find difficulty keeping yourself accountable, if you find difficulty perhaps maybe staying on track and on task with different things, then maybe my mindset, my free mastermind set challenge may be good for you. You can go to bit.ly/ my mindset 2018, and that will give you some direction, a heads up, give you some focus, and make you accountable for yourself, to yourself, for 2018. So let's talk about these things that we're going to go over. We're going to go over 10 specific things that if you utilize in your if not day-to-day activity, but in some capacity of 2018, how these things can help transform your life so that you can have a better life, so that you can do things differently, receive things differently, and that you can literally walk into your destiny. We have the vision boards and all of that, and not to take anything away from it, but I like reality boards because I need to see where I am now and work towards where I plan to go. And so vision boards are great things, but also have a reality board. So you want to make sure that you're focused in on what you need to do right now to make the things that your vision is thinking of a reality. Okay. So the first thing that I need you to understand, and this is if you're a business owner, if you're not a business owner, you're an employee, or if you are looking to transform in any aspect of your life, these things will happen. Welcome, Lisa Long. How are you? So the first thing I want to share with you is that if you are in business, you need to understand the business models. You need to understand the business models. As a certified business coach and a background in business. Oh, I forgot to mention who I am. Hey, how you doing? Welcome. Just to let you know, my name is Nichelle Womack, and I am with 2excel-with-Nichelle.com, NichelleWomack.com. I bring you information, inspiration, and motivation to help you start, market, and grow into the CEO of you. I do that by providing you with a strategy. The strategy is to help you to identify your weaknesses so that you can learn how to maximize them into strengths. And then we talk about those strengths. Thank you so much for sharing, Lisa. We talk about those strengths and we help you to optimize those strengths so that you can develop them. You can go and seek out opportunities that are always around you, that sometimes you look at. Yes, sometimes you look at and perhaps maybe you think it's work. and you're afraid to jump at it. In 2018, if you're not ready to jump into something, then you're probably going to still be stuck at this time next year in 2019. So we got to become fearless. Yes, self-reflection is so key. And you know what, Lisa, I do that all the time at the beginning. Actually, I do it on a regular basis, but more persistently at the beginning of the year, because I know I had an amazing 2017, but I want it to be better in the next year. And so I always do self-reflection, and I personally do it on a daily, if not weekly basis, because I know there was something I could always correct and make better in what I did in that day. And so reflection is very good. You're going after what you want in 2018. Praise God, Lisa. Yes, I recommend everybody not just talk about it, but be about it. Go after what you've been really wanting in your life. And it's easy to do, and it's easily said to be done. Because if you set your mind to it and you set up a goal system that prepares you mentally, physically, and financially and spiritually, there is nothing that should stop you but yourself. Because there's no excuse that, you couldn't get there because of this and because of that. Planning, all of that stuff plays into it, where it will enable you to reach the things and the dreams that you desire. So the first thing that I want to share with you is that we must understand business models. As a certified business coach, as I mentioned, as a life coach, I often see people don't really understand business. And my background is in business, a BA in business, an MBA in business. I have several licenses and certifications, and I'm currently a student in a doctoral program, finishing up my dissertation, one dissertation away from 3 initials, PhD behind my name. And so with that being said, I've also been in business 25 years. And so to solidify that, when I'm speaking to you, people don't understand business models. There are 4 business models that you need to be aware of, because they do exist in daily business, whether you're an entrepreneur or not. They do exist on a regular basis. Thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate it. They do exist on a daily basis. The number one business that we see often, it is either direct sales, it is either franchise, because either we're going into a franchise that is owned by someone who bought into that to license their product, their name, their services, and things of that nature, or we have direct sales where there are commissioned sales representatives that are sharing information with you so that you can purchase a product or something along those lines. And so when we're doing business, we have to be aware of the type of business that we're doing business as and that we want to do business with. And so in the direct sales industry, people may classify that as network marketing, but everybody has been impacted by direct sales. When you go into a store and they're selling products or services to you, you're building a brand. Great. We are a brand. You are your brand. So if you're building yourself, you're building your brand. When you go into a store, the first thing that you do, most people are commissioned salespeople in most stores. Yes, you try to affiliate market. It's an amazing opportunity. It's not for everybody. You must know how to work the business, and you must get with somebody that understands the business in order for you to be successful. So I don't recommend, affiliate marketing, network marketing to everybody. Yes, it is. But you must understand how to operate it in order for you to be successful. And that's why most people fail at direct sales, because they don't know how to operate in it as a brand themselves and as a business, and they don't know how to take it from point A to point B. I've been in direct sales myself, in and out, for about 15 years, and it's always proved 100% thorough for me and the people that I work with. So it's good you have to have excellent teamwork. You have to get with somebody that knows what they're doing, as I mentioned, that's for you, because in any business, even in corporate America, if you are not succeeding, then management is not succeeding either. Yes, it's hard for you. Well, like I said, either you've gotten with people that everything is not for everybody. So I stated that already. But if it's hard for you, perhaps maybe you haven't learned how to do it correctly, because anything that's easy, some things come easy for people, some things don't. So you really have to find what works for you. And there's tons of direct sales companies out there that work for different people. You have to find something that you're passionate about and something that you want to do. And then maybe you can find it a little easier to work with. And then we talk about the franchisees. As I mentioned, we go into franchises on a regular basis and we do business with them. The standalone business owner, you do business with those people. There are subscription types of businesses that we pay into on a regular basis. That is a residual business for the person that owns it. But that's one type of business and model. And then there's the freemium, where people give you things in order to get something from you in return. And so once you understand those 10 business models, if you are those 4 business models, if you are going into business in 2018, those things need to be on the forefront of your mind. You need to understand how each one works, how it operates, and how it impacts you as a business owner. The second thing that I want to make you aware of, if you want to make 2018 a powerful year for you in your life, in your business, and in your relationships, then don't follow the crowd. That's number 2. Don't follow the crowd. And why do I say don't follow the crowd? Because one thing that you will find is that people like to follow the crowd because that's where they feel the next thing is coming. But in my 25 years of business and 30 years in corporate America, what I found out is that if you go on the opposite side, what you will find is something different. You don't always have to go right or go left because the majority goes that way. In 2018, if you want to stand out, if you want to do something absolutely different, then you need to learn how to follow the path that you want to lead and go in the direction that you want to go. And it doesn't necessarily have to be right or left, but you have to do what works for you. And always following the crowd is not always a good idea. You know, when I'm speaking to people that are interested in starting a business, the first thing they tell me, because everybody else has a business, that's not a good reason to go into business. You go into business for one reason in particular, and that's to make income. That is to make money, whether it is for you to leave your full-time job, or whether it's for you to build a legacy for your family, or whether it is you need supplemental income. People go into business for different reasons, but to go into business because that's the end thing to do, that's the wrong thing to do. And you will quickly find yourself out of business, especially if you don't understand the protocols of business or the direction of business. So I always advise people to get some type of information training, whether it's sitting in a classroom to understand intro to business, whether it is getting a coach or somebody to help you along the process, and then researching and learning yourself. You can learn so much online, but in order to get the nuggets, the basics, those things that you get online, in order to dive deep into it and understand the practices of business, you're going to have to sit in the classroom, or you're going to have to hire a coach. Because I know me personally, even having a background and graduating with a BA in business, when I started my first business in college, you know, and I had all the understanding of it, but I did not know how to operate and own a business. So having a degree in something and knowing how to operate it in that capacity are totally two different things. You know, I am getting a PhD in psychology. And so human behavior psychology. So a PhD, just because I have one, don't mean I can pull somebody's teeth out, or don't mean I can go operate on somebody or anything of that nature because I'm going to be a doctor. And so you really want to be realistic in that perspective. Just because you have educational background there does not make you an expert in that area. Experience makes you an expert, and the education added to it. You know, everything that you do, the more you build upon yourself and invest in yourself and grow and develop, that continues to make you better and greater at what you do. So number 2, don't follow the crowd. If you want to stand out and be different in 2018, the crowd is not always the best place to go. In fact, sometimes the crowd would lead you the wrong way. You know, Warren Buffett, he's one of my, I'm not going to say idol because I only idolize God, but Warren Buffett is somebody I literally look up to. Don't know him, never met him, but I follow his way, his mindset of investment, you know, because I'm an investor. So I look at different things that he does. And what I see he never goes with the crowd, the majority. In fact, one of the comments that I'm going to make, number 3, I'll bring that to your attention. He literally said, run like crazy. And the third thing I was going to mention to you is make sure you familiarize yourself with cryptocurrency. Make sure you familiarize yourself with cryptocurrency. Warren Buffett said, run from it. He said, run from it. And so I'm questioning, you know, is that a good thought? Because if you literally think about it, cryptocurrency is nothing but digital money. And in the future, as you can see right now, everything we do is digital. And so the more we grow, technology is increasing, the more you're going to see more people involved in this format of currency. And so if you are not familiar with it, if you don't understand it, then it is wise that you start to understand it, because it could be in the future replacing your money. Because if you think about it, credit cards, that's all credit cards are, is digital money. It's not physically in your pocket. You borrowing it from somebody. If you think about a debit card, when you go use it, you're not physically handing them money. You're giving them digital money via a card. And so the more that you understand this cryptocurrency situation that we're involved in, the more you understand the technology of money and how it evolves and how it's literally going to change the future, the more advanced you will be in 2018. So that is number 3. In order for you to have a powerful 2018, you make sure you understand the facets of money, and especially as it relates to cryptocurrency. Okay. Number four, don't burn bridges unnecessarily. Now, we're always taught about this in corporate America because, see, me being in healthcare, I've worked with different people, and the next thing I know, they even got laid off or fired and they're somewhere else. Don't burn bridges unnecessarily, because you never know who you may have to go to ask for a job. You never know who you may have to go to and ask for some support in your business. You never know who you may have to connect with on any level in order to help you elevate to your next level. And so I always advise people to be very, very I don't want to say peculiar, but I want to say be mindful of what it is that you're doing and who you are operating with. Everybody, me being my brand, I am my brand, you are your brand. You don't want to attach and associate yourself with any and everybody, for the simple reason because one person can destroy your brand. Literally, they can. So you want to be mindful going into 2018. If you are thinking about starting a business, if you are thinking about changing careers, what you associate and attach yourself with, that's really is going to help you move forward in 2018 to bigger and greater things. So think about that. Don't burn bridges unnecessarily, because literally that stuff can come back to bite you. I truly believe in karma. I truly believe in karma, and I believe it has a purpose in each and every one of our lives, depending on how you live and treating people. I used to live on the facet of do unto others as do you expect them to do unto you. But then as I've grown and matured in my life, I see some people don't even really care how you treat them. And so I never say that anymore. And it's just a facet of just being good to people, bottom line. So that is number 4. Number 5, this is something that we really need to pay attention to, because there are a ton of gurus out there. I don't consider myself a guru. I consider myself a very experienced person, and I'm very great at what I do in business, in life, in healthcare, in relationships, and all of that kind of stuff. I don't do everything, but I do a lot of things. And in doing a lot of things, I have to literally pay attention to what I'm paying attention to. And so in 2018, I'm going to suggest you do the same thing, because there are a lot of gurus out there classifying themselves as gurus. And you really have to pay attention to what you listen to, because what you listen to, what you input in your body, in your mind, in your spirit, it funnels through. And, it's good to stay connected with people and things that are in the industry that you're in, because if you pay attention to those people that are in the industry that you're in, they're always on the cutting edge. You have to stay on the cutting edge in 2018 if you want to prosper into 2019 and be able to do the things that perhaps maybe you were limited in doing previous years before. And so don't do what the gurus do. Do what the gurus do, do what the gurus do, not what they say. Do what the gurus do, but not what they say. And what do I mean by that? The gurus got it down, okay? In one scope I did a while ago broadcast, I talked about the Joneses and how everybody is always trying to keep up with the Joneses. I will tell you one thing, the Joneses stay on the cutting edge. They always know what's coming out, what's in, before just the regular person does. And what I admire about the Joneses is this one particular thing, because they stay on the cutting edge. Even though they're trying to keep up with everybody, which I don't necessarily agree with, because I'm having a hard time keeping up with myself. If you can't keep up with yourself, you shouldn't be trying to keep up with anybody else as well. But the fact that the Joneses, they stay on the cutting edge. They know what's next coming out. They know what the end thing is. They know why you should have the end thing. And so when you think about the gurus, do what they do, not necessarily what they say, because the gurus will tell you to do one thing, and on the back burner, they're doing something else. They're doing something else to keep them a guru. They're doing something else to keep them at that next level. And so pay attention to that in 2018. The next thing I want you to be mindful of in 2018. If you want to have a powerful year, supersize your year. You want to familiarize yourself. Excuse me, I already said that. You want to spend 8 hours a week improving at something that you currently do or something that you want to do. You know, as an educator, I stay educating myself, and I try to stay abreast of things that come out that I need to know of. As I was telling you about this cryptocurrency, you know, I invested in that 17. I invested in that in 2016, and I forgot I did it until the surge. Actually, I did, it was 2015, until the surge came out and people started talking about it. I'm like, I think I did something like that. And I didn't invest that much. It was about $40. And for me to see a surge of, you know, the investment of like, I think it was like $800 the last I saw it. It kind of dropped a little bit. But I was really impressed with that. Really impressed. I'm like, wow. You know, and so when you stay on the cutting edge, not necessarily giving everything you got to it, unless you got it like that, but at least paying attention to it, being aware of it so that you know what it is, and that if it's a good product or service, that you got first dibs in it. You know, if you look at any great person, if you look at any millionaire, billionaire, any person that's successful in their life, they've always been that risk taker that go out there and do it, not wait, sit back, let me see what everybody else do. They've always been that aggressive, that progressive, not the regressive kind of sit back and wait. And then normally if you wait, a lot of times you've missed out on the surge. You know, I was talking to someone in relation to direct sales. And they were telling me, well, you know, the good thing to do is that you get in on the company right away so you can make all the profits and the people below you don't make anything. Wrong answer. Do they do that in corporate America? Because you always got somebody on top in corporate America. The CEO is up there, and the chances of you making as much money as the CEO are very slim, okay? Unless you become the CEO, very slim. So the dynamics of that in direct sales network marketing are totally different. Depends on what company you get with. There are tons of companies out there, and I always tell people to research. But the fact of the matter is, if you pay attention to the structure, you can make some great money too. It's not always the people that have been there a long time to get people in that do that. And so pay attention, understand, recognize, and realize that there is opportunity in everything that you do. And if you spend at least 8 hours a week at yourself, on yourself, improving yourself, you know, if you can go to a job 8 hours and spend time building someone else's business in their life, you can definitely do that for yourself. So commit to it for 2018 in order to supersize and up level your next level. So the next one is document as much of your life as possible, and that includes the highs and lows. This is really, really the pinnacle point of writing a book. I do have a course that's coming out soon to help people start their first novel. I wrote my first book in 2014, but I had written it like years and years before. And I had started putting stuff down just daily, just putting things down of my business journey, my life journey, and just things that I had really run into throughout my failures and my success in life. And put it into a little book, and before I knew it, I had pages and I had chapters and all that kind of stuff. And that is the Master Tip Manual for Personal Success. It's available on Amazon. But the point of writing things down about your life, because see, we really think that sometimes our lives are all bad and, you know, we get depressed and things of that nature. But I promise you, if you read and look back over your life, you will see it wasn't that bad after all. You know, I promise you, you're going to have probably more great days than you have bad days. And really taking acknowledgement to it, understanding the days that you have and what are you planning on doing during those days really can set your days apart and show you there are more good days than bad days. Hello, send my regards to... So those things are very critical in order for you to up level and next level yourself in 2018. You want to make sure you document as much as possible, because that is your life story. That is your life journey. And it will help give you a little leverage. And if you choose to write a book, that is the greatest format to do that. The next thing that I want to share with you is that you must stay abreast of technology in 2018. You know, I was reading a little article. A while ago, a couple of weeks ago, and it was talking about all the things that did not exist, 5 years ago. Did not exist. You know, even live streaming was not available 5 years ago. Social media was just on the verge. I remember when the internet was just coming out. and people were like, oh, that's not going to be good, and this is going to be good. You had a lot of people making predictions. We don't know what the future holds for technology, but we can be certain that it's going to be an advancement based upon what we have right now. And so if you want to stay marketable in your job, if you want to stay marketable in your business, your career, your life, it's really good that you stay up on technology. I know in business, I help a lot of people to, like, even today I had a client that needed to get their Facebook page up and stuff like that. They really weren't familiar with social media because they're really not on it. And I think social media offers us so many advantages. So many advantages. If you're looking for a job, it's a great way to put yourself out there to get one. If you're thinking about business, it's a great way for you to get out there and start a business and meet some new people. There's a lot of weirdos out there too. So be mindful and aware of them. But for the most part, there are people out there just like you that are interested in starting a business, growing a business. There are people out there like you that are interested in changing careers, doing something similar to what you're doing. And to be able to connect and network with those people really can elevate your 2018 and beyond. One thing in particular is that stands out in my mind all the time. I'm a Jim Rohn fan as well. And Jim Rohn has a quote: you are the sum of the 5 people that you hang around. If you hang around 5 broke people, you're going to be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 ignorant people, you're going to be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 smart people, you're going to be the 6th one. If you hang around 5 wealthy people, you're going to be the 6th one. And so we really have to take that measure into concept and realize that our network is our net worth, and you are who you hang around. As a man thinketh, so is he. And that's in the word of God. And so stay around positive people that want to see you elevate. Stay around positive people that want to see you get to the next level, because it'll be easier to transcend into that level of living if you're already around those people already. Okay? You ain't around people that are constantly talking about, oh, life is hard. I wish life would get better. You're around people that are excited because of each day. You're around people that want to progress. They want to be millionaires. They want to pay their bills off and be debt free. Now, everybody don't want to be a millionaire, but I promise you, most people want to be debt free. I promise you that. If you don't, you want to stay in your debt for the rest of your life, then wow, amazing. But the word of God says that you should be lenders and not borrowers. So with that mindset, I know it's not meant for us to be in debt. It's a choice to be in debt. And so if you want to up level, next level, supersize your 2018, then you may want to consider that one factor. The next thing, and stay abreast of technology. Learn as much as you can and stay on top of it. The next thing that I want you to be aware of in 2018, if you want to make it powerful and supersize your life, and the things that you have to be around and do, is that you want to work smarter and not harder. Now that sounds easier than it is. Work smarter and not harder, because I do multiple things, and so trying to work smarter, sometimes I feel like I'm working harder. But how can you do that? Prioritize. If you prioritize that you want to do, you find that it will be easier for you to do that. So if you prioritize the things that you need to do versus the things that you want to do, you will find that it's easier to work smarter versus harder. And literally just stepping out there, thinking outside the box, knowing what your goals and your objectives are for success. Only you know that. I can't tell you that. If we're working together, one-on-one coach, then I can obviously help you through that. But the bottom line is that if you work smarter, you'll get more things accomplished. You'll have a better 2018. You'll realize your goals and your potential, and you will be able to take your life to that next level. If you are your first time here to my broadcast, I'm Nichelle with 2Excel with Nichelle.com. I typically broadcast Monday through Thursday live. And it typically depends between 8 and 10 p.m. I do multiple things, as I mentioned to you, so life sometimes gets in the way. Whenever life gets out the way, then I find time, then that's when I come on. So typically between 8 and 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. So I'm available for conversation and consultation. You can go to bit.ly/I need clarity if you find you need one-on-one attention to help you reach your goals in 2018. You can also go to my website, 2excelwithnichelle.com, where you can see some links to different things that I do to help you in your business and in your life, some information. My blog is there. And you can also go to NichelleWomack.com, where everything that I just mentioned to you is there as well. And you can also learn a little bit more about me and what I do to help you. And so thanks again for stopping in. I appreciate you tapping that screen and giving the love. YouTube, thanks so much for being here as well. It has been a pleasure, and I'm looking forward to having an amazing 2018, helping you to prosper, to change, to move, to direct yourself in the path that you so desire. I look forward to speaking with you tomorrow. Blessings and peace. Until then, thanks for your time. Bye-bye.